Okay, so if you are in Mr. Welch's advisory, I'm going to show you how to get all your submissions in for your senior project. Even if you've done your senior project already, the paperwork still has to be done, and so that's what I'm showing you how to do. If you haven't done it yet this year, and you need to finish it this spring, that's fine too. We'll have deadlines, and I'll try to make sure you know when everything has to be done and due. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Welch Advisory, our Canvas course, and this is all there is in terms of what you have to do for your senior project. We have a proposal. You need to log your hours. You'll have to make a poster, which is really just an 8.5 by 11 sheet. You need to do a reflection on your community experience, and then you will present your project, which is something you will do later in the term. On May 13th is what it looks like. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the project proposal. This is due February 8th. That's a Tuesday in a few weeks, and we just want to make sure that you have everything you need to know to get that going. So if I click on this, this is also where you'll submit your project proposal. This gives you the instructions. You're going to, you've done your research earlier last semester. Now you have to do an out-of-class experience, which will be one or a combination of the three things for a total of 10 hours of work. You need to create something. You can build, design, write, do something where you're creating something. You can try something out, do a job shadow, an internship, practice something. And then the other would be raising awareness, starting a campaign, teaching a group of people, participating in a fair. I know there's a career fair coming up, and maybe you can work with, I think, Mrs. Buckley on how to do that. After you decide what your experience you want to compete, you need to write it in a proposal. Part of this is making sure that you're hitting all the boxes, that you're going to be able to come up with 10 hours, all that kind of stuff. We also want to make sure that if there is expense that's going to be related, that you've made preparations for how that's going to be paid for. Use MLA formats, and if you would bold all these ones that are bolded down here, if you'll just bold head them in your paper, then it's easy for me to read through it. So introduce your proposal, does not need a heading. Then you need to tell me why. What are you trying to address? Why is it worth doing? Objectives, what are you going to accomplish through the experience? Approach, how are you going to do it? What are your steps? When are you going to do all this stuff? How are you going to get it done in time? Deliverables would be, what do you have to show when you're done? There should be some sort of result from all of this, whether it's something you built or something you learned. Maybe take some pictures along the way as part of that deliverables. You'll need those for your senior presentation. So anything you can do where you can show or have evidence of what you've done. How much is it going to cost, and where's that money going to come from? And then who else is involved in this project? Everything's going to be worth 2 points. 2 points for organization and writing quality, so for a total of 18 points. This isn't necessarily a grade that goes in your English class or goes anywhere specifically, but when it comes to asking the question at the end of the day, did you complete your senior project, you need to check all the boxes. Okay, so please make sure that you're doing that so that you can be assessed appropriately. There should be, again, if you are a student here, there will be a place for you to upload a file, right? So upload whether it's a Word document or a PDF. PDFs are obviously better just because things don't shift around on you, but please upload your file in that spot. Now, just so we understand the timeline here, if we go back to here, you know, this community experience reflection is due May 3rd, okay? So you think about it this way. On May 3rd, you have to have your project reflection turned in. So prior to that, you're going to need to complete your project so that you can do a reflection on that project. I will do another video later on how to do your poster and things along those lines. On the log sheet, it's just access to a file. This is not something you submit via Canvas. You can email it to me or drop it off, but you need to have the date, when are you working on it, when did you finish working on it, how much time did you spend, you initial it, and you also need a mentor to initial it. Who is in charge? Like, there should be some adult who's aware and involved in this project for you. It should not be something you're doing on your own in some corner. It should be something where more people are involved. So you should have an adult mentor who's signing off on all this stuff. If you have questions, please see me directly. Stop by and we can go through things. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing your submissions. Again, the due date for those proposals would be February 8th, so if we have to make adjustments, we can make those before it's too late. All right, we'll see you guys later.